Welcome! My name is Arlene. I do product reviews. I also have like some skin issues, so I talk about how the products interact with those skin issues. So if you like these type of videos, go ahead and click that like button. If you want to see more of these videos, go ahead and hit subscribe. Today we are going to be comparing Bala Bangles, with traditional weights. And these are my Everlast weights that I bought years and years ago, filled with sand. As you can hear, they have Velcro on them. They've got tons of years of random things that have gotten caught in them. I figured it was time to maybe try to make working out and staying fit exciting and more enticing by cute things. So I bought these Bala Bangles, and I do have a video comparing these Bala Bangles with the generic ones that you can find from Amazon. So I'll go ahead and link that video up here. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started with this comparison. So the first item of comparison that I want to talk about between these two are pricing. As you can imagine, cute things generally cost more money because there's more effort to be made in them. There's more design and time put into it. These Bala Bangles are the 2-pound ones. They are $65 for a pair from Bala. You can also get the 1-pound ones. Those are, I think, $45. And then there's a 1/2-pound one, which I never looked into, so I don't really know what the pricing is. The cool part about Bala Bangles is that they come in tons of different colors. I'm pretty boring and I got the slate gray color. I wanted to get the one that was like, it had glitter on it because it looked really extra, and I was like, I'm already paying 65 bucks. Like, I might as well get the most ridiculous looking bangles of all time. But I read that they shed glitter and I was like, I don't need glitter shedding in my house. We just went the regular slate gray. I think these are a really nice neutral color. I really like them. They feel really nice. They are steel coated with silicone, durable material. They also have a Velcro on here, just like the traditional weights. The cool thing about these are that they look great. You can distribute the weight as you see fit, so you can pull the weights all the way through and kind of distribute them more evenly if you so wish. They are sewn together. They are sewn together at the end, so you can't move these guys around, but you can move the rest of them and adjust it. So that's really nice. You compare them to traditional weights. They are typically filled with sand or some other type of material that's weighted. Mine has 5 sewn vertical panels, so the sand can kind of move around throughout these panels, but it's really not going to let you adjust it very much. I also don't know what this thing is for. Just comparing the two in terms of footprint, one is much larger than the other. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at these two compared to each other, and I'll even do some exercises. I do go to PT for my hip. I can show just like a couple of exercises with one leg using the Bala Bangle and the other one having this, and I'll give you my thoughts on those. So let's go ahead and go to the floor. Welcome to my floor. On the left, I have the Bala Bangles, and on the right-hand side, I've got my traditional ankle weights. So here they are next to each other. You can see the Bala Bangles take up way less room than the ones on the right, and I'm going to undo them, and then we're going to look at the 5 sewn panels. And here we can see there's that random thing. I don't know what it's supposed to do on the left-hand side, and then the Velcro that has caught all of my hairs and fabric fibers. And now I'm actually going to put on the ankle weights onto my ankle. So the first one is the traditional weight. So you can see I can't get a snug fit. It just kind of spins around. Okay, it wasn't tight enough, so let me go ahead and try getting as tight of a fit as I can get. As you can see, it's still really loose. And then on my left ankle, I'm going to put the Bala Bangles on there. So you pull the strap over and then the Velcro catches it. Now that you've secured the Velcro, you can pull the weights to distribute it more evenly around the ankle. So which leg do you guys like more, the left or the right? They're both pretty stylish, I would say. I don't know, I think the left one is cuter. What a difference money can make. I actually put it on a little bit too tight, so I'm going to take it off and readjust it right now. So you just pull it apart, and then you can pull it back together, get as snug of a fit as you'd like. So here they are, side by side. Thought I'd film myself while I was walking so you guys can hear the sand moving on the right ankle. I mean, it kind of does sound like I'm wearing a diaper while I'm walking. Pretty cute, huh? What do you guys think? You want to be stealthy or announce your arrival? And now for some hip extensions so you guys can see what it looks like. The left leg is pretty steady. I feel like the weight is distributed evenly on my ankle. It feels pretty good. Switching over to my right ankle, the weight is pretty stable, but I can feel it pulling on the front of my leg. Okay, now we are back. I've done my hip exercises. Thank you very much. It's very exciting. One thing about these bangles, these Bala bangles, is that the silicone, I feel like, attracts so much stuff to it. Like, I don't know if you guys could see on the video of the comparison of the two, but they were like these long black hairs, and they're probably from my head. They kind of look like my hairs, but then I'm like, but what if they're shedding from this band? And then right now I have like this other hair that just came out, so I don't really know what's going on with that. So in terms of a comparison between these two, one is definitely way more expensive than the other. It's cuter. I think it has more benefits. It might last longer. I don't know. I've had these for years, but since they're super ugly, I try not to wear them too much, except for when I'm working out. They smell real bad, and these don't smell right now, but I've only had them for about a week. But I'm sure this Velcro fabric in here will absorb sweat. It's gonna smell. It's probably gonna get kind of crusty, but I think you should be able to wash this. I know Bala sells a spray to spray off and wipe and clean the silicone. I'm not really sure about the actual fabric band, like the Velcro part. It seems like you can slide off the weights and, soak it in some detergent, let it air dry, and it should be okay. So in terms of care, I think this one should be okay. I mean, time will tell. And I do like the fact that you can just wipe things off of it. So I have walked around with these outside before, and every time I live in the Pacific Northwest, every time I walk outside, I come back and there's like mud, dirt, weird splatters of stuff when I wear these on my ankles. So I just kind of wipe them off. It's not a big deal. It's not like they're ruined or anything. So I think in terms of cleaning and durability, this is great. It kind of reminds me of those Rothy shoes that are made of recycled bottles where you just put them in the washing machine. I'm not sure I'd put these in the washing machine just because it's so heavy, especially if you have like a side load. Probably don't do that. But you could hand wash these, soak it in some detergent, air dry, it should be fine. I have never tried to wash these because wet sand sounds kind of like a disaster. It sounds like it'll take forever to dry. It may not even dry considering, depending on what the lining is on these. And I've also heard that if these get punctured, they do leak sand, and it's just one giant mess everywhere. So you don't have to worry about sand leaking out of these, which is pretty great. I'd say that's a pretty good reason to consider. The other thing about these is that the Velcro, the part that grips, goes all the way around. So as you can see from mine, they have grabbed onto some red fabric. So I probably wore like red pants or something, red workout pants, and it just kind of grabbed on. There's also a bunch of hair in there, so it's kind of gross to look at. That is something else where I'm sure a dude thought of this and was like, it's gonna be fine. So these are really great if you are on a budget and you're kind of like, I don't really care what I look like. These are probably great for that. And if you don't mind sounding like you are walking wearing Depends or some types of diaper, these are probably it for you, because they make a lot of noise when you walk, and I'm just not really a fan of that. It's just, I don't really want my enemies to know that I'm coming, or even people on the street. I don't want them to know that I'm like on top of them, unless I say verbally on your left or whatever. These I'm not so sure about. If you're a runner, Bala actually does not recommend that you wear these while running. I think that they might get destroyed pretty quickly just because of that grip and the fuzziness of the Velcro. It might just like destroy it really quickly. So these are not recommended for running on your ankles. I think if you wore the 1 pound ones on your wrists and ran, it should be fine, but don't quote me on that, and don't do it. And then if they get ruined, don't blame me. So try at your own risk. Now, if you try and run with these, I think that would be really, really distracting, because it would be like every step step of the way. And then you also have these like bouncing up and down on your legs or your ankles because you can't get a snug fit. I think that would be super duper annoying. It would irritate your skin and it'd just be annoying in general. And you probably wouldn't want to do it again. These guys, not great for high activity. You could probably walk around the block in them and be fine if you don't mind that loose, like, you know, that feeling and sound while you're walking. You know, if you have the funds and you love to work out and you want to look cute while you're working out, these are for you. If you don't really care what you look like when you work out, I mean, maybe you're wearing just like old nasty sweats and you don't want anyone to talk to you, you want people to hear you before they see you and possibly get out of your way, these are the perfect ones for you. Let me know in the comments below. Would you guys consider buying the Bala Bangles, spending a bunch of money, or do you think you're gonna stick with the old school, more traditional ankle weights filled with sand? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'll catch you in my next video.